community is the emerging hub for defense, aerospace, microelectronic, conductor manufacturing.
Coming up on News Live at 6, another tech company commits to a future in CNY. We have details on the investment it's receiving.
Plus, the Liverpool Arts Center is raising funds for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
And a park transformed into its own Halloween town. The spooky new stroll from the creators of Lights on the Lake.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and organizations around Central New York are raising funds for the cause. Welcome to News Live at 6. I'm Peter Elliott.
And I'm Achkar. Elizabeth Gottlieb is at the Liverpool Art Center right now. Elizabeth, how are they getting involved?
I'm here right now at the Liverpool Arts Center, which is hosting the first Creatives Against Breast Cancer event. And I'm here right now with Sarah O'Neill, charity runner for the 2025 London Marathon, and Sandra Sabine, the director and owner of the Liverpool Arts Center. Now, what inspired you guys to start this event?
A wonderful email from Sarah asking to link together the two Liverpools for a great cause, and she loved my idea to host a celebrity paint-along with an auction at the end for her fundraiser, and we love the idea together.
Yeah, and what does it mean to be able to run for the London Marathon to support this cause?
Sure. So supporting breast cancer, specifically the charity against breast cancer, means so much to me. To be able to fundraise for an organization that's seeking a vaccine against stage 4 breast cancer, and partnering with Sandra and the Liverpool Arts Center to raise hopefully $2,000 tonight to do that would be a game changer for this charity.
And what has it meant to, later in the evening there's going to be the celebrity paint along, what has it meant to be able to get these local celebrities to be able to support this cause?
Having the entire Syracuse community come together, because we've got news media personalities from Channel 9, we have a former radio show host, Lisa Chalenza, politicians, and a theater performer. Having that art and media and personality community come together for such a great cause is really empowering. And I can tell you that when I'm running 26.2 miles, it's going to be something that keeps me going.
Awesome. And what do you hope to see just come out of this night?
I hope to see people having fun, community coming together, and the funds being raised that Sarah is hoping to raise, but also people just realizing that creativity is more than just a painting on the wall. It's bringing people together.
Awesome, thank you. And later tonight, the celebrity paint along will be happening. Thanks, and back to you, Peter and Marie.
All right, Elizabeth, thank you so much. That really is an event for a great cause. Well, new at 6 tonight, if you're looking to take a break from your midterm study sessions, SU is holding an outdoor recreation weekend. Students can take a trip to South Campus with a ropes course, Clark Reservation State Park, or the Green Peak Zip Line and Mountain Coaster. Registration is required. Students can reserve their spot through the Wellness Portal.
Well, now that it's October, Halloween is quickly approaching, and it's never too early to join in on the festivities. Sigourney Bell tells us where you can start celebrating your spooky traditions as early as this weekend.
The Long Branch Park is going to look a little different this time of year. That's because they decorated the park all things Halloween to celebrate this year's spooky season.
The Spooktacular Stroll is a half-mile walk around the park with skeletons, witches, light displays, and more around the trail. But don't worry, the park isn't too spooky, with its main focus being the family-friendly attractions.
I saw you guys just went around the whole park. How did you guys like it?
Good. I liked it.
We loved it. Perfect. What was your favorite part?
The big spider.
The big spider.
I like the Anna and Elsa skeletons.
The trail isn't just for humans, however. On Thursdays, it's Dog-O-Ween, where dogs are able to show off their own costumes.
Lola. Hi, Lola. You say hi. Is Lola dressed up as a taco, correct? She is.
With so much to do, people just keep coming back.
And doing this as a family, we've done it every year since they opened it. So it's, we always come in costume and we love it.
From Thursday through Sunday, starting at 5 p.m., the park will have candy sales, food trucks, and festive music throughout the night. Parking will be $25, but entry into the park is free.
This spooktacular stroll is open to all. Family, friends, dogs, witches, and skeletons. Just put on your best costume and be prepared to walk. I'm Sigourney Bell, reporting for CitrusTV News.
All right, Sigourney, thank you so much. That looks like so much fun, especially the Doggoween. Oh my God, adorable, right?
Oh my gosh, the one dog dressed as a minion makes my heart so warm. I love that. Well, anyways, Peter,
the weather is not looking so spooktacular.
It's not.
You think fall weather rolling around for October, it really isn't. Still feels like summer.
It's so hot, and I know that sunshine was out today, so my big question is, when are these fall temperatures going to be rolling in? Well, our weather anchor, Michael Lamorte, is in studio to tell us more. Michael?
Guys, let me put it to you this way. If you ask me if the weather right now is a boom or a doom, it gets the doom. But you might be saying 68 degrees right now, Mike, that's not bad. Yeah, this morning it was in the 50s, and it was that way for such a long time throughout the day. Finally starting to see things warm up as we head into the late afternoon, but it's going to get chilly later on. Let's take a look across the region, though. 76 degrees for Syracuse. That's the warmest across central New York. We're taking a look at Rome, even Elmira and Pena, and they're not too far behind, 74 degrees. Overall, not too bad with the highs across the region. But tonight, guys, we have to talk about this. Syracuse heads to Las Vegas to take on UNLV. Guys, let's look at kickoff 9 p.m. In Vegas, it will be 86 degrees, but in Syracuse, it will be 60. And to talk about the highs throughout the day, Syracuse seeing 76 degrees, but look over at Vegas, 103 degrees. I don't know about you guys. I'm taking a one-way ticket to Vegas to see this game, and I might just stay there throughout the year for that warm weather. I'll have your 5-day forecast later on in the show, guys.
Well, Michael, thank you so much. 2 years ago today, Micron announced it was coming to central New York. Now, another company is tying its future to Onondaga County. State and local lawmakers were at a ceremonial beam signing for TTM Technologies. The technology solutions company will make circuit boards for the military at a new facility in DeWitt. The new $130 million facility will bring in 400 jobs, adding to the 600 workers the company already employs in central New York. But some are still concerned that Micron and other tech companies would break their promises to upstate New York. Governor Hochul says the future is bright in Syracuse.
Around with that sense of like, oh, it could happen again, it could happen again. That security that's pulled out from under you. I'm telling you, my friends, it's back. That sense of can-do spirit. We can make things. We're the smartest. We're the brightest. We're the hardest working. And that is the argument I use. TTM already knows that.
State will provide $22 million in funding for the project. TTM will also receive $30 million from the Department of Defense for the project.
New York State is rolling out a new program to keep older people active. The Catholic Charities of Syracuse is receiving over $87,000 as part of an initiative to enhance the mobility of older citizens and people with disabilities. Governor Hochul announcing today that $52 million will be distributed to more than 100 programs across the state. The Catholic Diocese of Syracuse says it will use the money to purchase new buses for special services.
Well, if you drove past the Landmark Theater in downtown Syracuse yesterday, you may have caught sight of Hollywood in Syracuse. The Legend of Jose Mundo, a romantic comedy, is being shot across the city. In addition to the Landmark Theater, filming will take place at Trek's nightclub. The movie stars Cobra Kai actress Hannah Keppel.
That is exciting. Hollywood coming to Central New York. Well, still ahead on News Live at 6. It's time for another fact check. We dive into the latest ad in the race for New York's 22nd congressional district.
As an American, I am livid, and as a resident of the school district, I am embarrassed.
School board scandal, a former board member lawyering up after community backlash for her online comments.
Lately, not my happy place. Everybody's pretty tired of each other. The parents were not themselves. My little brothers were morphing into small creatures. The walls were closing in. Clearly, a case of too much family, too close, 24/7. And there's a lot of that going around right now. If this sounds like your house, try going someplace new. YourLifeYourVoice.org. You'll find lots of ideas to help you handle the family stresses of being confined to close quarters. YourLifeYourVoice.org. It might not get you out of the house, but it could help you find a little more breathing room.
Women are bad with money.
It's what the world's been saying for centuries. But now,
we've got something to say.
Save it. Save the old-fashioned advice, the empty excuses. It's all worthless, unlike us.
To our fellow females, it is time to save ourselves by saving our money.
Contributing to our futures, investing in our independence.
Until we're no longer 80%
more likely than men to live in poverty in retirement.
So again, we say to that, save it.
The falsehoods, the feelings of fault, then the funds.
Learn how to save for your retirement at WeSaySaveIt.org.
You're watching Citrus TV News live at 6 with Peter Elliott, Marie Achkar, and Michael Lamorte. Now, your campus news leader continues.
Back to News Live at 6. Tomorrow marks just 1 month until Election Day. Millions of dollars will be spent by both parties. That includes big spending here in the 22nd Congressional District.
And if you've turned on the TV, you've probably seen ads from all kinds of political groups. Well, our political anchor, Luke Radel, is here with the facts behind the ad. And Luke, even you got caught up in one of them?
That's right, Marie and Peter. It's time for another edition of As Seen on TV. And the latest ad comes from an outside political group called the Congressional Leadership Fund. It's aligned with Republicans in Congress and rolled out this ad across the 22nd District tonight.
Mistreatment, harassment, and retaliation.
Mannion created a hostile work environment.
On multiple occasions, Senator Mannion screamed at people, making it clear that he and his wife were not to be questioned.
He screamed at them at the top of his lungs.
John Mannion, mistreatment, harassment, and retaliation.
You verbally berated her for more than 45 minutes. She said that she didn't feel safe alone with you, that you fostered a toxic and hostile work environment.
The pattern of behavior under Mannion is way out of line.
Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
So, as you just saw and heard, some of my reporting from over the summer at WKTV News Channel 2 in Utica was used, along with Citrus alums Connor White and Nicole LaFiandra at CMY Central. We're going to rate this ad as misleading because it removed important context surrounding our reporting from the time, including the main point that these allegations against Senator Mannion are just that. Allegations. I haven't personally seen John Mannion create a toxic workplace or berate a woman as the ad makes it seem, but I have read the claims made by an anonymous group of 3 of his former staffers. I even spoke to 2 of those staffers directly. So when I asked the senator about those allegations in the clip you saw in the ad, I made clear to say that these were just the stories that they had told and not anything I was able to verify. In a written statement, he had denied all of the wrongdoing, and in our interview, he said it was part of a coordinated smear campaign against him, which there is also no proof of. It would be a different story entirely if I had a video of John Mannion berating current or former staffers, but I don't. I do have a video of Brandon Williams berating former staffers, so if staff mistreatment is an issue that we want to discuss in this election, let's have that conversation. But if we're going to talk about it, I'll choose my words very carefully, so please don't clip them out of context and make it look like I said something that I never said. Peter, Marie, I'm going to send it back over to you guys.
All right, Luke. Well, good news for supply chains across the country. The International Longshoremen's Association has agreed to suspend its strike. Dock workers agreeing to return to work immediately while labor negotiations continue.
In a statement, Governor Hochul urged the 2 groups to, quote, reach an agreement that respects the right of workers and ensures a permanent flow of goods. While Vice President Kamala Harris wrote, quote, this step indicates progress toward a strong contract and represents the power of collective bargaining. This is about fairness, and our economy works best when workers share in record profits.
The ILA represents 45,000 workers at 36 points from Maine to Texas. The Biden administration had been ignoring calls to use the Taft-Hartley Act to suspend the strike with executive power. Well, downstate now to a community mired in a school board scandal. It started last month when a member of the South Orangetown School Board posted a laughing face over a post about the second Donald Trump assassination attempt.
The post read, quote, "Doesn't anyone have any aim? If you're going to do it, then do it already." The reaction caused many parents to demand board member Dawn Kitz's resignation at a monthly board meeting.
Disgusting. Why somebody would choose to interact with a disgusting post like that. As an American, I am livid, and as a resident of this school district, I am embarrassed.
Just over a week after the backlash at the meeting, Kitz stepped down.
But the story doesn't end there. This week, Kitz was back at a school board meeting addressing the threats she's received over the controversy.
I've seen the negative commentary attached to pictures of my family, as well as other harmful posts. Additionally, I received a hostile email sent to the board. These, along with the posts, will be reviewed by my attorney.
After her comments, Kitz quickly left the room, followed by a group of people who gave her apology statement a round of applause.
And coming up, I'll have a look at your full 5-day forecast. Stay with us.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
you're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
And welcome back to CitrusTV News, your campus news leader. Let's take a look at that 5-day forecast. Okay, Friday, it's game day. We're going to Vegas. 76 degrees, the high, 49 the low. Partly cloudy skies. There was some sunshine creeping through. Taking a look at Saturday now, we're looking at 66 degrees, 48 the low. Now, guys, this is just about the last we're going to see the sun because the rest of the week, just straight chaos. Sunday through Tuesday, we're going to see some rain, some scattered showers Monday. But talk about that Pink concert, 72 degrees, the high, 44 the low. Let's look at the concert now. When you wake up, 48 degrees, you're going to see some sun. 6:30 when the concert starts, we're going to cool down, 67 degrees, and we're going to get some clouds going in the sky. And then when you leave the concert, this is where the rain's going to start coming in, 62 degrees. But so what? Bring your ponchos, bring your jackets, whatever you need. You can still be a rock star over in the dome for Pink, guys.
Raise a glass to that, right? Good weather after the Pink concert. That'll be fun. Well, yeah, just because there's no game at home doesn't mean there isn't some action at the Dome. Pink coming to the Dome on Sunday as well. Sheryl Crow and the script. That is exciting. Well, back to football because we're just hours away from the first Orange away game of the season. The 3-1 Cuse facing off against number 25 UNLV at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. That game kicking off in just under 3 hours.
Well, our Holden Sherman went downtown to see how businesses are preparing for the crowds at bars and restaurants during the game.
In a few hours, these empty seats will be filled by many passionate Syracuse football fans. It's the Orange's first road game of the season, and many bars in the city are preparing for the crowds expected later today.
You know, we're getting ourselves prepped up in anticipation of a bunch of people, a bunch of patrons coming in, getting ready to get stocked up on everything.
For the game, Orange Crate Brewery is having a special on beers, but places like the Hop Spot and Ale and Angus are sticking to their regular Friday menus for tonight's game.
We prepare like any other busy weekend night. We see a lot of foot traffic, both from the university and locals. So we're just preparing like we normally would for a busy evening.
Any specific specials for tonight?
Not tonight.
Syracuse doesn't play another home game until November 2nd, making bars in the town a hop spot to watch the game. Reporting in Syracuse, Holden Sherman, Citrus TV News.
Well, Syracuse football has made that trip out to Vegas for its first ever meeting with UNLV and is just hours away from kickoff. After the break, we'll look ahead to tonight's matchup, plus a whole lot more coming up next in sports. You won't want to miss it.
Looking for these? You drive Buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Syracuse football is now just about 2.5 hours away from taking on undefeated UNLV in a primetime non-conference matchup out west. And the Mets faced a winner-go-home scenario last night in the wild card round. Welcome into sports. I'm Sam Reis. And I'll tell you what, we're going to start off with the New York Mets, who took on the Milwaukee Brewers in the only wild card series to go to a decisive Game 3. So could New York bounce back from a Game 2 loss the night before? Let's head to Milwaukee to find out. We go to the Brewers Stadium for game number 3 of this wild card series. This was scoreless until the 7th inning, and then Jake Bauers, a pinch hitter, pimps one out to right field over a 400-foot home run. The hometown crowd's fired up. The Mets down to their last 2 outs of the season. Pete Alonso out to right. Will it leave the yard? You better believe it. A 3-run shot. Both Lindor and Nimmo come home. New York stuns the crowd and takes the lead. And how about some insurance? That's provided on a single by Starling Marte out to right field. Jesse Winker rounds home. He slides in safely. You can see the passion right there. The Mets move on to the NLDS in dramatic fashion, where they'll take on the Phillies. Game 1 is set for tomorrow with first pitch just after 4. So the Mets advance in the playoffs, and a team with postseason aspirations here in the 3-1-5 is 15th ranked Syracuse field hockey. SU battled 16th ranked Louisville in an ACC showdown this afternoon and came out on top in what was a low scoring affair. The final score of this one, 2-1, in a game that wrapped up just about 45 minutes ago. Now, Louisville scored the opening goal just less than 3 minutes in, but it was grad student Bo Van Kempen with 2 goals in this game. She scored in the first and third quarter to give Syracuse the come-from-behind win. The Orange are now 7-3 overall and return to non-conference play on Sunday when they welcome Princeton at 11:30. And last but certainly not least, over to the gridiron. It's the game everyone is looking forward to. Syracuse football is in Vegas to take on a UNLV team that is ranked for the first time in program history tonight. After SU's first 4 games were all at home, this marks the first road trip for the Orange this season. So you might be wondering if the preparation differs at all with a cross-country trip for the Orange. Fran Brown, what say you?
It's the same. We just locked in. Everything moves a day forward. You know, we get to travel. We get the opportunity to go on the road. You know, we play home for 4 weeks straight. Like most people don't have the chance to do that. So we got a chance to play home, and now we get to go on the road. You know, we get to go represent Syracuse. You know, and on a Friday night in Las Vegas. You know, so it's pretty cool to be able to go there. We're excited. It's the same thing. Everything just moves up a day forward. You know. But we're excited. We're ready to go compete. You know, it's going to be a good matchup. I mean, they got a real good football team.
Now, forget about the travel. It's a really good UNLV team that the Syracuse squad is going up against. The Rebels defense tied for second in the nation with 9 interceptions already and also has 13 sacks in its first 4 games. And on the other side, you have SU quarterback Kyle McCord, who's thrown for 300 or more yards in every game this season, which is the longest such streak in Syracuse history. Kickoff is tonight at 9 o'clock. Our own Adam Cohen will have coverage from Vegas. Make sure to follow him on Twitter at @A-Cohen6. And then after the game, make sure you tune into Orange Press Pass at 2 a.m. It'll be myself, Alex Ramol, and Luke Burgess with you. Now, will I be wearing this same suit I have on right now on that show? You guys will have to tune in to find out. Marie and Peter, that's all for sports.
Well, okay, Sam, so I have a question for you. Syracuse football right now is 3-1. We are facing UNLV, who is 4-0. Yep. What do you think the chances are of Syracuse football becoming 4-1 tonight?
Great math there, first and foremost. I think they have a decent chance. I have UNLV winning by a touchdown in this game. I think their defense is absolutely stacked, but Kyle McCord, you know, has been balling out so far this season. The Orange are definitely in with a fighting chance. I see this game coming down to the wire. Well, we know Syracuse's quarterback, Kyle McCord, but what about that UNLV quarterback, Haj Malik Williams? He had his first game last week after Matt Saluka transferred out. What do you expect from him? He's a guy who can run the ball a lot. He ran for nearly 120 yards in his UNLV debut last week, an FCS transfer who's very capable and a big threat on the ground. All right, Sam, thanks so much. We're looking forward to Orange Press Pass. Hopefully we'll see you maybe in the same suit, maybe not. We'll switch it up. We'll see you at 2 a.m. We will see you after the break for our wake-up weather and one last look.
Si un día fueras a tu escondite secreto y en lugar de lo que buscabas encuentras esto, ¿qué harías? Antes de que las drogas te afecten a ti y a tu familia, debes saber que cuentas con la ayuda necesaria. Tú puedes dejarlas. Si tú o un ser querido están luchando contra el uso indebido de drogas, llama al 1-800-662-4357 para información confidencial y gratuita o remisión a tratamiento. Visita samsa.gov/conoce los riesgos.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. What? My. Oh.
Welcome back to Citrus TV News. I really don't want to show this to you guys. I wish I had good news. 56 degrees when you wake up. You can't get worse than that. Actually, you could later on in the year. But, guys, 56 when you wake up. Sun's not coming out anytime soon. Guys.
Michael, thank you. Are you ready, Syracuse? Wendy's has announced a collaboration with what they call two of the most iconic squares in pop culture.
A Krabby Patty burger and pineapple frosty will be available for a limited time starting October 8th, just in time for SpongeBob's 25th anniversary. Peter, I love SpongeBob. I'm so excited for this.
How exciting. We were talking about this. I know you are a big fan of Mr. SquarePants. I just wonder when someone's going to partner with the Chum Bucket. You know,
Right?
all this love for the Krabby Patty. I just want to know some love to Plankton.
Well, that's all we have today at News Live at 6. Have a great night, Syracuse.
Have a great weekend. Thanks.